Hey guys, welcome to Weekly Crypto. Today I'm going to talk about Traxia ICO. So Traxia is the first ICO launched on Cardano platform. So in case you don't know what is Cardano, you can go back to my previous video about Cardano project. I talked about Cardano very early on when nobody talked about it. So Cardano is built by Input Output Hong Kong. Input Output Hong Kong is founded by Charles Hoskinson. Charles Hoskinson is one of the co-founder of Ethereum. So Cardano project is very robust. It's like a blockchain 3.0. They build Cardano project from the ground up. So it's more advanced than Ethereum. Ethereum to me is a blockchain 2.0. So for Traxia, they're trying to disrupt the trade industry. They're going to be launched on the Cardano platform. So one of the things they want to tap into is the account receivable. Invoice factoring, just like Populous. So Populous, based in UK, they're doing invoice factoring. So basically it's like this. For example, a company sell some merchandise to a department store like Macy's. The department store do not pay them right away. Probably they have 60 days or 90 days account receivable. So during this time, if the SME, the small business enterprise, they need some cash flow, they will sell this account receivable to the bank at a discount price. For example, the account receivable is worth 1,000. The bank probably will pay them 700. So in between, the bank pocket like 300. So this is how the bank make money in those account receivable invoice factoring services. Besides Populous, Paypie also doing invoice factoring as well, but Paypie main business is doing credit risk assessment for the small medium enterprise, and they will also do account receivable. So this is more like an Asian version of Populous, but this project is very ambitious. They do a lot more than Populous, and I will tell you why. So let's go down. So we talk about account receivable. Receivable is a 43 trillion business at any given day. So bank continue to argue liquidity problem and not to finance the SME, the small medium enterprise. So trade finance operations are expensive, bureaucratic, and time consuming. That's very true. If you want to get money from the bank, it's very bureaucratic. Just all this paperwork. So the solution for this platform for Traxia is to do a decentralized global trade finance ecosystem. So Invoice can be converted into a smart contract and trade as a short-term asset. And then they have a marketplace, the seller and will post the invoice, and then the buyers or the investor will come in to invest in those account receivable. So they talk about the ecosystem. They talk about I'm a seller. Here, I'm a seller. Let's see. I'm a seller. They will digitize and upload those invoices like 60 days, 90 days, 120 days into their platform. And then they will. They also have a buyer. The buyer will confirm using a private key that invoice is correct and will pay, and I will pay for it. And then the supplier will gain more financial oxygen to continue producing and innovating. And then also insure provider. They are basically a technological partner, streamline the whole process, and they operate a smart contract, understanding the blockchain technology on the Traxia platform as well, and then they get a commission. And then I'm a liquidity provider. This is like a financial institution or institutional investor. They finance the operation in the first place and then sell in the marketplace to a smaller investor. Then they get a spread. There's a spread, get a pay in a spread. And this is a professional investor, and then they will go to the marketplace and invest and then bundle those invoices and just this is just a professional investor. And then this is like exchange. So they have an exchange that this new asset are being listed, and they will link up the investor and the buyers, and then they will get paid with a commission. So what is the Traxia membership token? Basically, it's a utility token issued by Traxia Foundation, and after you get the token, then you can get access to the ecosystem to tap into this investment opportunity. So each time issuing provider add a new invoices to the system, the TMT has to be purchased at an exchange to settle the access fee. So besides the invoice factoring, I told you this project is very ambitious because besides the invoice factoring, they also want to do letter of credit. So letter of credit, or LC, currently the bank, they do a lot of this because you have importer and exporter. For example, importer from China want to import some wine from Europe. So the buyers, the importer, has to go to the bank to get an LC. The LC will make a guaranteed payment to the exporter on behalf of the importer. Once the buyer receives the wine, then they will confirm and make the payment. In the event the buyer cannot make the payment, the bank has to cover the balance. So besides LC, they also want to do supply chain finance. This is reverse factoring. We talked about invoice factoring earlier. Invoice factoring is initial by the seller or the supplier. This is initial by the buyer. So how does it work? For example, we talked about the case earlier, small business sell a merchandise to a department store like Macy's. So this is the supplier. They will submit invoice and request the payment to the buyer, which is the department store. Then they will approve the invoice. So here, the investor is the one who paid the supplier, not the department store. And then I think they will set up an agreement. Then the department store will pay the investor. So this helps the department store to have cash flow. So this is how it works. So this is interesting. They do reverse factoring process. So besides the invoice factoring or LC, they also want to do streamline the securitization process. Right now, you have a loan origination and underwriting. You go through the underwriting, and then you go through the risk assessment and everything. This is a very lengthy process. I'm not going to get into detail. You can read this white paper. The whole thing, they just want to streamline the securitization process. So let's see, let me go down. So this is a market opportunity of a blockchain power solution. So they're going to streamline this securitization process. So who built this project? Let's look at the team. So Tobias is the co-founder and CEO, and Jean is the CTO, is a technical guy. And then you have a product development guy. Let's look at the profile quickly. So Tobias, his background is in business administration, and his first company is Payday. And he is also one of the delegates at 2016-2017 of G20 Young Entrepreneur Alliance, and also invited as a mentor in China Accelerator. Florian is also in management background. They have for the last 10 years, he has building Media Man, is a digital product experience agency. The clients include like Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Shanghai Stock Exchange. Jean has a master's degree in computer science, and he got his degree in Epitech Paris and Stockholm University. I go through the rest of the team. It seems like they need a stronger technical team. Right now, they have a lot of business development team, marketing, product development in the team. But then I felt like the technical team, they need more people because at least in the initial phase, they need to be strong on technical for all the blockchain project. So even though you have a fancy marketing team or management team, if you don't have a good product, the project is not going to be successful. So I think they need a stronger technical team. So here they're telling you what so far what we already built. So they have an app. You can upload their invoices to the app. So actually, Traxia is built by a company called Liqease. Liqease is founded in Hong Kong. It's a limited company registered in Hong Kong. Input Output Hong Kong, also in Hong Kong as well. The Charles Hoskinson also founded that organization. So Liqease, they already built an app that the seller can upload the invoice, and then the buyer can confirm the invoice. So they have a app, you can upload the invoice, and then they will go through the enter into agreement, and then transform the invoice into digital asset. And then once they transfer to the digital asset, they will record it on the blockchain. Oh, by the way, Liqease was the winner of the Slush in Shanghai 2017. Slush is more like let's see. Slush is like those startup. You go there to, it's a startup thing. You go there and pitch your idea, and then they link up investor with your project. So Liqease, they digitize the token, then the token will be on the marketplace, and then will list it at the marketplace, and then the professional investor will come in and you'll see which investment is right for them. So this is the process. Of course, when they listed the invoice and digitized the invoice onto the platform, Liqease is going to charge you some types of commission, just like Airbnb. When you book a place, they're going to charge you a fee. So they will charge you some kind of transaction fee. So currently, Traxia has they're pretty active in Twitter. They have like around over 1,900 followers. In Telegram, they're around over 3,000 followers. And they talk, this is the first investment by Cardano core team. That's very true. The pre-sale is still on right now. Once they're currently still on the Ethereum platform, by the way. They are going to migrate from the Ethereum platform to Cardano platform in Q4 this year, when the Cardano platform is ready. So currently they have pre-sale right now. One TMT token is 0.135, 10% discount, and on April 30th. Remember, this is based on the coin market cap price, daily coin market cap price. So if the Ethereum price go higher, you get more token. So the minimum contribution is 0.01, maximum is 1,000 ETH. So right now we still have 10% discount, and from May 1st to May, the end of May, there will be no discount. It will be 0.15. And they're going to list it on two exchange on June 6th. Gatecoin is Hong Kong-based exchange, and Trade.io as well. And the hard cap for this project is 41.4 million. So let me know what you think about this project. This is a very ambitious project. They try to do a lot of things. If they can make it happen, this could be very huge. But on the other side is because this will disrupt the banking industry. There may be a lot of resistance and regulations and all that jazz. So we'll see how it goes. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Please also share with your friends. Be sure to subscribe. You can stay up to date with the ICO, airdrops, and hard fork. You can check out some other hard fork. I think the Monero V hard fork is coming up, right? So you can check my previous video. I'm not a financial advisor. Invest in ICO has inherent risk. Please use your due diligence. Remember, we the people take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace.